Coming up right now, you might want to rethink airline travel with your four-legged friends, why it could be causing a stink with your fellow passengers.
Also coming up, Oprah is throwing shade at the latest celebrity weight loss trend, calling it the easy way out.
Speaking of weight loss, later on we'll see why Sharon Osbourne is finally saying enough is enough when it comes to her dramatic weight loss.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. We're welcoming you to Daily Flash, where we got a great show set up for you. We're going to give you the secrets on how to age backwards coming up.
Yes.
With you. We got a doctor in here. Got some interesting ways. It's not as hard as you think.
No, just a few quick fixes, and I think it could make a huge difference. Have you heard of the Scandinavian sleep method?
This is new to me, all right? You got me, though.
Some people are saying that this is saving marriages. A couple went overseas. They went to go on vacation in Scandinavia, Norway, Finland, and they found out that a lot of folks in Europe the couples sleep in a king-size bed, but they have different sheets and different comforters, twin-size sheets and twin-size comforters.
How do you make a bed?
Because they figure it out, and they say it is less sleep disruptive because you're not hugging the covers, you're not pulling a blanket from somebody else if someone has a different schedule than you. So they're saying it has completely changed their lives. This woman has more than 3 million views on her video talking about the Scandinavian sleep method. And there's something else called sleep divorce, which I'd never heard of before, and that's when two couples can no longer sleep together because one's too disruptive.
Okay, look, I've now been told I have to wear this mouth thingy so I stop snoring at night now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it hurts, and I'm this close
to a sleep
Yes.
divorce.
To
And you're not even married
I'm like,
yet.
I don't want to wear this thing.
We don't have a bunch of pillows on the bed, but I have my pillows. I have certain pillows that I have.
Yes.
Well, somehow one of hers will get underneath it, but she takes no qualms and just like whooping that thing up, and I'm like this, and I'm like, I'm trying to find, like, what's going on? I needed my pillow, and then it's the pillow that she puts under her foot, and it's not the proper feet up. It's so that the sheets won't trap her feet in it. It's a whole thing, man.
See? So the Scandinavian
I
sleep
might try
method,
that.
you both have your own set of
All right.
comforters, sheets,
I'm gonna try it.
pillows, and they say it's saving marriages.
All right, I think that's my next step. Making the bed might be a different thing.
With a king-size
I gotta
bed, yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a cone of silence.
Okay.
Or the Dutch oven of silence usually helps sometimes
Oh,
too,
hey.
which is the same thing. We travel now, travel plans at least to New Zealand, where a couple there scored a refund from an airline when they were forced to leave their premium seats and kind of fall into coach area, all because of a smelly dog, literally.
Smelly dog.
This is what we know. Gil Press and her husband, they were on a 13-hour flight from Paris to Singapore. Shortly after dinner was served, someone's canine companion seated near them started to just, have bad gas. It was so stinky, they asked the flight attendant, hey, can we move? They said, listen, there's no more seats in premium section, so they had to sit in coach for the rest of their flight. Singapore Airlines initially offered them about $100 for their trouble. However, in the end, this went public, and they finally gave them the price difference between the two seats, $1,400. I want to know what dogs fly in premium, man.
Now, was that the actual dog that we saw there?
I don't think so. I'm glad you said that.
So that was probably stock footage.
It was stock footage.
We don't want to insult anybody who may or may not have a stinky dog.
Especially, I think it was a bulldog that had done it. So there's that one thing. I could see, but sitting in a premium seat is it's expensive enough. But it seems like if you're going to do that, can't you figure out why your dog's got some, digestive problem?
Yeah, and after dinner, were they feeding him the airline food?
Yeah,
What was going on?
so.
Maybe that was the problem. Well, Oprah Winfrey thinks losing or using weight loss drugs like Ozempic is taking the easy way out. Her words. The talk show host shaded the celebrity weight loss trend after admitting she almost tried it herself, but eventually decided against it. She first heard about it when she was going through knee surgery in 2021. Winfrey said she's always felt the pressure to lose weight thanks to many of the tabloids and the gossip sites. Oprah has used her personal battle of the bulge as a focal point during her reign as talk show queen. And of course, now she's got her own network and the magazine. So
Right.
that's always a constant source of discussion.
What do we always remember seeing with Oprah is her coming out with that wheelbarrow of all the fat. She did lose weight. And I've had gastric bypass, and I think there's a lot of shame that comes along with it that people take upon saying, oh, this is the easy way out. Her words are not helping anybody.
No.
I think it would have been saying it's not the easy way out, it's the dangerous way out,
Yes.
instead of saying it's the easy way out, maybe thinking it would scare them. I think that there's so much put on there. People want to lose weight, and they want to try to figure it out. To quit guilting them the way they do it, just making sure that it's healthy. And we've learned that this Ozempic is not. And if you're diabetic, you're taking medicine out of the mouths of people that need it.
Yeah. So you're saying by her criticizing it, she's pouring more light on it and giving it more press.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so. If you think about that. Speaking of somebody who has taken the Ozempic, Sharon Osbourne, she said, listen, she got too skinny. She lost 30 pounds. We're going to show you video of what she looks like right now. You'll probably agree. Osbourne spent more than a decade as host of The Talk before leaving in 2021. And she showed off her super skinny self on the Piers Morgan show. She told Morgan he didn't actually want to she didn't want to get this thin, but it just happened. The 70-year-old Osbourne lost weight over the course of 4 months. She said that she suffered from nausea from the weight loss injections. She also said that at her skinniest, she weighed less than 100 pounds. And at her heaviest, she got up to 230 pounds. So there's a big difference there altogether. And, and some will take that. I'll give you on the other side of that. Some will say, wow, you're saying that she got too skinny. There are people that will say, I don't care. If I get too skinny, I'll be too skinny. I don't care. I just want to get skinny. And they're bypassing what this Ozempic does to people.
And again, I think you bring up a really good point in that by her saying, I've gotten too skinny, that only draws more attention to the people who want to get too skinny. And they're thinking, well, she's got it, then I should try it.
And, we could say, Oprah, the easy way out is having a home personal chef, a trainer that lives with you, a national show that you have, and all these resources. We
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, we could say but there are people that go, I don't care, I've got to lose weight. And they'll take this Ozempic if it's available to them or figure out those drastic measures.
Yeah, and here you go. You've got Oprah, who's a billionaire, and she still struggles with her weight. And she has every resource available to her, and she talks about it a lot. Well, in an era where both the president and Indiana Jones are in their golden years, one of the longest-running reality TV franchises is also aging up. ABC now has The Golden Bachelor, a senior spin on the journey to find love. The new season pokes fun at the show's new direction by shooting their new lead, hearing aids and all, describing him as posting his thirst traps in a leather-bound album. His DMs have postage. He gets the early bird special anytime he wants. If you call him, he'll answer the phone. He doesn't have gray hair. He has wisdom highlights. Florida wants to retire and move to him. His name's Jerry, 72, says love stories only get better with age. 22 senior women will also get their chance at love with The Golden Bachelor.
I think this can really just spawn a lot of wisdom because I think once you get to that age, as you get older, you realize what you really want, and beauty, it's beyond beauty a lot of times.
He looks like a super great guy. The commercials are great, and he seems very friendly, and his daughters are all supporting him, so.
I say go
nice
for
twist,
it. Yeah. I'd be interested to watch this.
Yeah, well, TikTok users are getting a physics lesson with various condiment and sauce bottles, and they've been going crazy with their before and after videos. Casey Reiger is one of the latest to test the life hack with a bottle of ketchup. Take a look.
You know when you want the last bit of ketchup and then most people hit it on their palm like that? But if you want to get the whole bottle, how cool is that?
So Reiger, as you saw in the video, swung the bottle 7 times before she showed her TikTok followers that the movement pushed the condiment down the bottleneck. So guess what? We're going to give this hack a try.
All right, so we're going to try this out. This is in the Daily Flash testing studios. This is Matt. What do you have for us here?
I have a ketchup bottle.
Ketchup. And what's inside the bottle of ketchup? Ketchup.
Cat soup.
All right, so it's down at the bottom. Now, they make the bottles now upside down so that gravity will take it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's still some stuck up there, so
Okay, all right.
now we got to. All right, let's
All right,
try it.
7 times?
Try not to
so
blow
do you have
rotate.
enough? You're not going to hit the wall or anything, right? Here.
Oh, yeah, that would be a
Here we go.
mess.
Now,
7
again,
times.
7 times.
So count it out
Yeah.
for me.
Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, Matt, I will say she did it. Well,
Okay.
Well, there you go. We should have did it the other way, though.
Right. Okay.
All right, try it again, Matt.
Let's try.
Which way did she?
Hey, it's not a science. 2, 3, 4,
10,
5,
14,
Not on TikTok.
7,
17,
18.
20.
Okay.
And did it work?
That
I
works.
still got a little. I don't think it's as.
It's a little bit on. It's much more. It's easier to go. All right, and it goes super fast like she
Super
did.
fast, yeah.
All right, now after that, I want you to explain us the concept of gravity. 3, 4,
You only have 2
5,
degrees, right?
6,
Not in
7,
physics.
8, 9. All right, let's go. All right, here we
All
go.
right.
Still, it's not. Still, just looks messy.
Well, most of it is.
Most
It's
of
still
it is.
underwater.
It's still, but it's still kind of.
This is if you're having this problem at home. Here, really simple. When you put it in the fridge, put it down like that. and we'll
That
do
fixes the
same
whole thing.
Yeah, that resolves it. Oh, but it's
And
got what,
that-
7 million views?
7
on
million views.
7
on
million
that.
views.
But you know what? Kids and grandparents will always put it in there, thinking that's the way they're supposed to do it. It's always that way. All right, we got more. We're going to talk about how you can age healthy backwards. You're going to love it. Stick around.
Matt.
Cat. Hey, welcome back to the Big Show Daily Flash. September is Healthy Aging Month, and our next guest has helped more than 75,000 patients live healthier lives during the course of his 10-year medical career.
Please welcome the author of Healthy from the Inside Out, Dr. Elliot Herschel.
Hey, all right.
Doctor, welcome. Good to
Thank
see
you
you.
so much for having me.
It's something that everybody wants to do is living healthy here. You're giving people the gift of life if you think about it. And it's
Absolutely.
not really all that difficult to actually kind of, have a different way of thinking, I would suppose, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And aging healthy it's basically living your life and having a great quality of life pretty much all the way up to the end.
Okay.
And the Endocrinology of Aging Journal says that diabetes, which is very prevalent, is a cause of accelerated aging. And we know that celebrities like Paula Deen and Tom Hanks and Drew Carey, they've all suffered with diabetes, but diabetes doesn't start overnight. It's a gradual process. It actually starts with a process called insulin resistance, then it turns into prediabetes and then diabetes. And 80 million Americans have prediabetes and they really have no clue.
Right.
But there are signs and symptoms and some bad habits that we can recognize that could give you some clue as to what's going on.
And you say there are 7 bad habits specifically.
There are,
Okay,
yes.
let's start out
All
with
right.
the first one.
So the first one is craving sweets.
Okay.
So if you're constantly reaching for a sweet treat, that could be one of those bad habits that could lead to insulin resistance, prediabetes, diabetes, and ultimately accelerate the aging process.
All right, imagine after you get off that sugar high, you're saying, well, I got to bump back up. I need some coffee. I need caffeine, right?
Yeah, that's number 2. So depending on coffee to get through your day
Guilty.
it is a problem. So if you like the taste, it actually is a great source of antioxidants, but when you throw all of the sugar stuff in there, that's where it becomes a problem because
Okay.
sugar and carbohydrates lead to the prediabetes and diabetes. So that's another bad habit.
What about forgetful between
Yes.
meals?
Yeah, I can't really remember this one.
Forgetful between meals.
Between
Be-
meals.
between the meals,
Between
yes.
the meals,
Yes.
yes, in
Yes.
particular. So you come back from lunch and you look at your workstation and there are Post-it notes everywhere. So if you're dependent on those types of crutches constantly to remember the things that you have to do, that's another bad sign that could accelerate the aging process.
So these are all signs you'll need to look out for. You could be possibly pre-diabetes. Another one is being tired and exhausted after eating.
Right, so if you have really low energy and you're napping a lot just to get through your day, that's another bad habit that could put you on this process.
Okay, frequent urination, that's another sign, right?
Yeah, so if you're planning your day around where is the next bathroom stop, this is also one of those
My
bad
uncle.
habits.
But listen, if you drink a lot of water and you go to it, it's totally different than
That is-
Keep your eye on your
that's
pee.
different.
I've heard doctors
Yeah.
say that. The color, right?
Clear and copious.
Clear and copious.
That's the name of my next book. Okay, everybody has suffered this. I can't see anybody that has
Yes.
it. Hard
Yes.
losing weight.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it seems like we all go through that. No
If
matter
you're
what.
doing the yo-yo dieting, and it's as bad as my yo-yo skills, that's difficulty losing weight's another sign.
Okay.
Or a bad habit is the yo-yo dieting.
We're talking
Okay.
about you doing everything you can, and it's just, I just can't seem to lose
Yeah,
the weight.
there's something going
Yeah.
on then if you're doing the diet and the exercise and all
Makes
the things
sense.
you know you do.
What about blurry vision?
Yeah, so even if you have glasses, if you are squinting and you've got blurry vision, that's another sign that you've got this process of insulin resistance, prediabetes, diabetes, and that's going to accelerate your aging.
We looked at all those, but how can we reverse it?
Yes.
It's not as hard as we think, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so if you want to stay young, Y-O-U-N-G is how you fix it. So
Okay.
your diet matters. And so when you go to the grocery store, I want you to focus on the perimeter and get things like your fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay. I also want you to be getting the lean, healthy meats and proteins and healthy fats like in olives. And I want you to avoid the center of the grocery store where you're going to find a lot of your packaged goods, like these things over here. Now, this is a healthier option, but the packaged goods inside the middle of the store, that's the ultra-processed stuff you want to stay away from.
Okay, now a lot of times it seems like until we get older, we kind of figure out, I always notice this. Is that normal where we kind of trying to figure out really what our body's doing altogether?
Yes, it is normal, and it's actually almost the next step.
Okay,
so
right.
I'll get to that in just a second. So first we want to is optimize our exercise.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want to move quickly, but if you're a couch potato, I don't mean go run a marathon tomorrow. You have to take the next logical step. So maybe just walk around your block. That's a great way to help sensitize your body to the sugar that you're eating and help prevent insulin resistance and
you get some
diabetes.
steps in.
You move it or you lose it, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All right.
And so you is understand your body, and that's where you want to get information about what's going on the inside so you can get healthy from the inside out. That's why I named my book that. So when you go to your doctor, ask them to go deeper than your routine labs. So for example, you can actually get an insulin resistance score to find out where you're at in this process, but it's not part of your routine physical, so you have to ask for that.
Okay.
You've got 2 letters left in the acronym.
Yes.
Nurture healthy habits.
Yes. So the healthiest habit that you can nurture, aside from diet and exercise, is sleep. So
Well, I tell you what, man.
sleep is where you get your healing, regeneration, and repair. So you got to set yourself up for success here. So in your room, it needs to be dark. It needs to be as cool as you can tolerate. And you need to avoid screens.
Yes, that's true.
And eating and drinking a few hours before bed to help your body start to wind down and get ready for that sleep.
All right.
Yeah.
Finally, the last letter, G.
G is get involved.
Okay.
We all know over the last couple of years, social isolation has led to lots of problems. And research shows that if you are involved in community with other people, it actually helps reduce chronic disease like diabetes.
All right, I love this. So
Interesting.
staying young. I love this. Great tips.
Yeah,
Do that.
Y-O-U-N-G.
Very, very good. It's all outlined in your book. Basically, does it go out besides that and kind of showing us how we can do it?
Absolutely.
Step by step? Or?
Yeah, I talk about my own journey into health and functional medicine. So I weave some of my own personal stories, some family stories in there. And it talks about how you can get literally healthy from the inside out. So testing that you need to have done, and then what to do to approach the results that you get so you can live a good quality life and be younger longer.
So just wherever you're at in life, health-wise or whatever, right now, if you make that decision, you can kind of
It's
reverse
never
it.
too late.
Yeah.
It's all about what you're going to decide to do today.
All right. This book sounds very intriguing. And if you want to get a copy, where can folks go if they want to get healthy from the inside out?
They can go to my website, drelliotthershorn.com.
All right, very good. We'll have links on our website, of course, as well. Doc, you laid it out great for us. The only thing is now I have to live this. I can do it, right?
Yes.
That's right. Anybody can do it. It's about making small choices.
Very, very
Love
cool.
it. That was terrific. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Shorn.
you.
It was
Thank you.
terrific.
All righty. We'll have more Flash coming up right after this. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. It's Thursday, and that means it is time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony!
Thanks, Mitch. In theaters is the biographical comedy Dumb Money, which tells the tale of the rise and fall of GameStop.
Holy. I will tell you, I've never seen anything like it.
Holy. Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
Everything okay?
$11 million? What are you gonna do? Get a Ferrari? What the?
Oh, language. The baby's here.
Dumb Money is the ultimate David versus Goliath tale based on the true story of everyday people who flipped the script on Wall Street and got rich by turning GameStop, yep, the mall video game store, into the world's hottest company. Offering up a who's who of actors including Paul Dano, Pete Davidson, Seth Rogen, and Vincent D'Onofrio, Dumb Money is an insane statement about the power of social media and greed. Check it out in selected theaters. It gets a B and is rated R. Also hitting theaters is Expendables 4.
Hey, why are you here?
I got this situation where I need your help.
I need bad friends.
Was I'm the new guy?
Is that sniper?
Don't worry about it. I got a prescription scope.
Well, Hawkeyes, remember this face. Don't shoot it by accident.
Terrorists have taken possession of nuclear missiles on a cargo ship off the coast. If these babies go off, It'll be World War III.
Armed with every weapon they can get their hands on and the skills to use them, the Expendables are the world's last line of defense and the team that gets called when all other options are off the table.
He's a CIA operative who's in charge of gathering the Expendables and setting them off these 2 missions in the film. And he himself is part of the Expendables in a sense, but he is sort of the one orchestrating who goes where and why.
Well, look, the Expendables, that franchise is very special because, we've done 4 of these, and all the guys in the movie are kind of similar in some ways. We like sports, we like action, we have similar tastes. So the cast is very closely knit, so to speak. So for me to come back and work with Jason, work with Sly, and see Randy again, and all the new people, it's really a blast, for sure.
Expendables 4 is exactly what you'd expect it to be. A fast-paced action, stunt-heavy, explosion-laden, loud, shoot-'em-up, unapologetic popcorn muncher. And it meets those expectations very well. Again, it's playing in selected theaters and gets a B. It's rated R. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you kindly there, Tony. Well, welcome to Daily Digits, where we break down some of the numbers making the headlines. The first one this week is 60, as in 60%. That's the percentage of Americans who say the big tech companies such as Google, Amazon, and Meta have too much power in the market. And this might be the first time in forever that the opinion has crossed the party lines. 65% of Democrats, 63% of independents, and 53% of Republicans share the same view. We can all agree these nerds have too much power and information. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, are you guys in that?
Yeah,
Do they have too much?
It's frightening to think about when you go to do a Google search that Google is basically clearing out what they want you to see and what they don't want you to see.
And elections, with Facebook, and we've heard how they can influence it, and we're influenced and we don't even realize we're being influenced. So I agree with you.
Yep. And your next number is 158. That's how much it'll cost you to get from Orlando to Miami now and not have to drive $158. The fastest train in the country outside of the Northeast began its service this week between Miami and Orlando. This will be the first true test to see if the car-crazy state of Florida is willing to ride the friendly rails. The trip will take about 3.5 hours, which is about how much time it takes to drive anyway. It'll go about the speed of 125 miles an hour. One of the biggest adjustments will be people living in Florida having to realize there's a train going by very fast all the time because they've already had one incident where a car was hit and people tragically passed because people in Florida aren't used to these trains all the time now.
Well, yeah.
The problem is, once you get to Miami, you still have to rent a car to go somewhere.
Still got to drive around.
That's what everybody was saying about, and I think it really is it really helping Miami or is it helping Orlando? I mean, people are, and they're taking you up to the airport.
They're saying it's really designed for the business person who wants to come to Orlando for lunch or vice versa to Miami, but.
And I have to go to Miami a lot for business, and the driving down there is insane anyway. Your next number is 60 again, but that is 60 billion. Yes, that is with a B. 60 billion. That's how much the Walt Disney Company plans to spend over the next decade on its parks, resorts, and the building of its cruise lines. The amount is double of what the parks spent in the last decade. So you're going to see expansions to Disneyland Paris. They're adding a Frozen Land and Star Wars over there. 3 more cruise ships coming out. Wow. So Disney is planning on being a part of our lives for a lot more, and they are getting a lot of my fiance and I's money.
I think so. Well, and they know they have a very dedicated audience.
Yes. I'm one of them.
People will pay it. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. That's our Daily Digits for today. We've got more Daily Flash coming up. You go anywhere, you miss out on it. Don't do that. Everybody will laugh at you, okay?
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is, of course, Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
All righty. Get ready for the award. I'm going to win Parent of the Year.
Of course.
Oh, you already have.
So Liza, my wife, has been out of town. She's been in Portland. So I've been watching my bonus son, her son, who's 12 years old. And over the weekend, I tell you guys all the time, I have these allergies that my tongue swells up and everything, and my face.
Is it a food allergy?
We don't know what it is. Stress is what we're thinking it is. Okay. Anyway, but over the weekend I had this major problem, and so what I always do is I take Benadryl. Take the Benadryl, boom, it'll go away. However, if you ever taken Benadryl, you know it wipes you out. You're tired the whole day. All right, so
Zombie.
all day Sunday, so I take it, I get up, I run, I have my tongue all full, and I go down, get me some Benadryl, and I crash out and I sleep. I get up about 1 o'clock, right? Just crashed out. I wake up, Enzo, my son, is playing video games, and I'm like, I'm scratching my head. I wind up doing stuff, don't even think it's about 6 o'clock. Well, I realize I haven't made the kid anything to eat. Like all day. It was like already 6 p.m., right? I was like, hey.
No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner?
No, I slept through it all. So I go, hey, Enzo, have you eaten anything? And he goes, oh yeah, I had something to eat. I go, what? I had some of that cake. And I go, what cake? Because I'm like, what cake? That cake you had in the freezer. I go, our wedding cake? So he goes, I don't know, that chocolate cake in there. It was our wedding cake from almost 9 months ago because there's a tradition where you keep the cake and you're supposed to eat it after a year. So now Eliza's going to come back in town and go, where's the wedding cake? I'm hoping she won't check it out for a while.
Did he eat the whole thing?
No, it's gone. No, the whole thing's gone. Well, we didn't keep the whole thing. It was what was left over. So absolutely no cake left. And then I go in there, and then I see there's cake crumbs everywhere, and the cat's like, and I'm like, he didn't clean up the oven. So he had chocolate cake for most of the day, and I'm like, well, I guess I have to make you something. So I tried to find the most healthiest thing I could find, and that was just nacho-flavored Doritos.
And chocolate cake.
And chocolate cake.
That is
These are the phone calls I get when Mitch is like, you want to come over and hang out? And then he's like, I don't have any food, but pick up something on the way if you want.
It's true. I told Matt to come over.
But if he's 12 years old, usually, they'll have a pretty good lay of the kitchen, and he knows what's in there, so he can make himself
could have made a sandwich.
or
Completely.
something.
Did you at least keep a crumb to give?
No, I never had any of it. I didn't even know.
Can you order a cake top
have
from the
to.
company and just not say anything?
I'm going to have to do. No, I made that cake. If you remember.
Oh, you did? Yes,
it
that's
was
right.
that one. It was gluten free and everything because I had to do it. So
just make another cake.
hopefully that doesn't mess up my marriage in any way. Is that bad luck if you eat the cake?
No, I think you'll be fine.
All right, there
just,
you go.
Just talk about it and make another cake.
All right, okay.
Well, a New Zealand couple scored a refund from an airline after they were forced to leave their premium seats in flight coach, all because of a stinky dog. So here's what we know. Gil Press and her husband were on a 13-hour flight from Paris to Singapore. Shortly after dinner was served, someone's canine companion seated near them started having really bad gas. It was so bad they asked the flight attendant to move, but no other seats were available in the premium section, which they had paid for. So they had to sit and coach for the rest of the flight. Singapore Airlines initially offered them about $100 for their trouble. However, in the end, they finally gave the couple a refund worth the price difference of the seats, which was about $1,400.
And we should mention this is not the actual dog, so we don't blame it on him.
But it was a bulldog.
Right, but so guys, we can't blame it on him. Which is the old thing to do, blame it on the dog. I think they should have. I think, I get it too. You don't want your pet. You have to travel with them by all means. But to be in a premium seat, you think that would give you a little better. Well, maybe you don't put
a different class of
right?
Well, and you wonder why people are so aggro on airlines these days, right? That could be part of it.
And you can't get mad at a dog.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
He doesn't know.
Poor doggy. Oprah Winfrey thinks that the weight loss drugs like Ozempic is taking the easy way out. She threw some shade at the celebrity weight loss trend after admitting she almost tried it, but eventually decided against it and let basically the medicine go to people that need it, like diabetics. She said she first heard about it when she was going through knee surgery back in 2021. Knee surgery, that's usually a weight problem issue sometime on that sort of thing. She also said that she felt the pressure to lose weight thanks to many of the tabloids and gossip sites as well. And she is Oprah. She is who she is. And we commend her for losing all that weight that we saw.
But she looks great. Like she looks healthy and happy and normal.
I think that's what people forget when they take this sort of thing. We got more flash and more fun coming up right after this. Hey, in today's Flash Travel. Okay, so you picked out your travel destination and now you're trying to figure out where exactly you're going to stay. Totally makes sense. I mean, 10 years ago, you just look around for the best hotel deal. But then businesses like Airbnb and Vrbo came along and opened up the doors to, well, the front doors to people's homes. Today, we're going to actually set you up with some tips you'll need to know so that you can find your next vacation home rental with ease and hopefully make it a fun experience. First off, very simple. take inventory and really think carefully about what you need in a vacation home. Do you want an entire home or just a shared space? If you're bringing family, is open plan living okay? What about a parking space or even a washing machine? Now, as simple as that ideal seems, most searching actually forget about their needs and just go looking for a location. So that's where number 2 tip comes in to help you out. Search filters on the sites, they're there to make things easier. And once you put that list together, make good use of the search filters to find out what you need. The most important ones to set are the dates and prices, of course, but putting down the number of people you're traveling with, including children and infants, as whether or not you want to stay at a shared home or rent a home, an entire place will clear the way so you don't have one of those, oh, I found the perfect one, only to find out the whole thing doesn't have a kitchen. You can also specify the number of bedrooms, beds, bathrooms, and all the specific amenities you may need, all the way down to a hairdryer. And you can also choose the type of property you want to rent. For example, maybe like a cabin, a bed and breakfast, a condo, or even just a big old house. All right, you already know where you want to go, so make good use of that map tool. Sure, the area or city is one thing, but by searching basically for specific areas within a citywide search, you'll only get closer to what you want to do. For example, if you want to be really close to a particular attraction, or maybe to a family or a friend's house, there you can find it. Our next tip, be on the lookout for superhosts. Now, superhosts on Airbnb are people who have been identified as providing outstanding hospitality. Now, to be a superhost, you have to have at least hosted at least 10 people, have an average of 4.8 or above for reviews, a 90% response rate, and less than a 1% cancellation rate. Filter results can only show just the superhost, which actually can be a handy way of honing in on the quality listings. That said, there are lots of excellent Airbnbs out there without superhost status, so keep that in mind. Okay, this is our reality check time because I'm certain that almost everyone has been a little disappointed when they saw pictures online, but then upon arrival, things look pretty different, right? Well, pictures actually can be misleading and not always on purpose. You'll see some listings with professional-looking photos while others are clearly homemade. Don't immediately discard those properties with bad photos, as sometimes you actually find the best gems or bargains within these listings. Now, if you're a little iffy, just look at the reviews of what people have had to say. Notice details, whether or not you're looking at the angles of the same room. This can actually help you get a better idea of scale. Again, look at the reviews and see if anyone comments on inaccuracies in the photo. No one likes to play the rules, or at least by the rules, while on vacation, right? Well, if you're going to get a vacation rental home, you're definitely going to want to do that. Make sure you check the rules in the things to know. There are things like check-in and check-out policies, whether children, infants, or pets are allowed, and any other specific rules for the property. It's really important to check this section so you don't get any unwelcome surprises. There might be things like, hey, you got to take out the trash, no loud music, or no photo shoots. Those rules are important. Next, take the time to message the host before you book. That way, if you have any questions, you can find out. It's also a handy thing to have so you can kind of gauge the host's vibe and hospitality levels. For example, a rude reply might put you off, whereas friendliness could actually make a booking. This one's very, very important. Always check the price and remember the fees. If you do a search without dates on Airbnb, then the prices that are listed on the search results will be the lowest price available. It might be a little misleading if you want to travel during peak times. The price can actually be considerably higher. Include the dates and you'll get the correct price for the time period. But before, remember, there are 2 or 3 costs that could add up, like cleaning and service fees, as well as occupancy fees. They considerably are varying. Now you're ready to book, so good luck. We'll have more after this.
KSA Entertainment is proud to produce and provide a robust collection of entertaining, uplifting, and timely content to broadcast, cable, and streaming platforms in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. KSA Entertainment. On point, on air.
Ladies and gents, it is time to wish those beautiful rich folks a happy, happy birthday.
Yay!
So the way we're going to do this, I am going to let you know what the celebrity have done in their past, and then we figure out who they are and how old they are.
All right, so we have to guess celebrity and then their age.
And their age,
And the birthdays are coming up, right?
Yes.
All right.
So let's wish this Disney Channel queen, singer, and star of the forgettable How I Met Your Father, who turns
Hannah Montana.
another day older on September 28th.
It's Hannah Montana.
No, that is wrong.
No?
There were other people on the Disney Channel.
Selena Gomez.
No.
It is Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
She will be the rightful age of 36.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to guess the age. No? Are you doing that one? All
My
right,
bad.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Next up.
You didn't get it right. I guess that's what happened.
yeah.
All right, okay. All right, I'm ready.
All right, next up. This foul-mouthed teller of nursery rhymes and stuff.
Andrew Dice Clay.
There you go.
Yes.
It's Mr.
And
Andrew
he is
Dice.
72, I say.
75. Yeah, I don't know. 72. We'll go 72.
How old is he?
He is 66.
66? When's his birthday?
His birthday is on September 29th.
Okay, very good. Okay.
So, I love it. I love
Dice
Andrew Dice
Man.
Clay. You know, he's been in Woody
Allen?
Woody Allen movies.
He's also done that. He was also in Pretty in Pink.
Was he?
Yes, he played the Dice Man, a bouncer at the club that Ducky was trying to get in. It was really him. Yeah.
Oh.
And he did the whole cigarette thing. That, hey.
Everybody's got a
Oh.
dice.
Oh.
I tell my fiance the nursery rhymes all the time, and she's sick of them.
And she still wants to marry you.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what's
still
up.
going forward with that.
Surprising.
All right, next up, this up-and-coming actor has pretty much ruined his career in a flash. Make sure you don't try to sing karaoke with him because he may try to fight you on his birthday, September 30th.
See, in a flash, you'd think it's not my birthday.
It's
Is
the guy
it?
who started
I love
the Flash.
karaoke.
Ezra
Better than Ezra.
Miller.
Ezra Miller. And how old is this actor who had a great career going and just destroyed it?
He's 35. He looks 35.
I'll go, we'll go 35.
35?
He is going to be 31 on September 30th.
31?
Yes.
31.
I still can't believe what he just destroyed his entire career going on.
Well, when you said Flash destroyed his career and sings karaoke, swear to God, I thought you were talking about me.
And kidnapped. Well, yeah.
Could've sworn.
We've all seen it.
In a flash.
Could connect those dots.
I mean, wouldn't one think so, right?
Well, I mean, he had the kidnapping, the fighting,
Yeah,
and all that, and
yeah.
it was all like in a weekend in Hawaii. Like, who does that?
But damn, he
Go
got a
big or
story
go
out of
home,
it. Go
I
big
guess,
or go
right?
home, right? All right, Maddie, that's our
Thank
celebrity
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Very
Joe.
good. All right, how about that? Doctors are concerned about a triple threat this flu season. Here's Dr. Emily Volk to discuss what you need to know to stay healthy this fall and winter.
You know, hospitalizations are actually on the rise for COVID-19. And about half of the folks who've been hospitalized over the last couple of months were people who did not have an underlying illness. Right now, we're really faced with a triple threat for COVID-19, RSV, and seasonal influenza. Getting vaccinated with the latest booster shots for both COVID-19 and flu, which can be done on the same day, is a great way to protect yourself from a catastrophic illness in the coming months. Also, using good hand hygiene and maybe even wearing a mask when you go out in crowded places, maybe flying for the holidays, that can also reduce your risk of contracting one of these nasty viruses. If you want more information, you can go to newsroom.cap.org.
Dr. Volk, thank you. Well, with the help of AI, cybercriminals are creating more personalized scams. So how can you protect yourself? Tech columnist Jennifer Jolly has a look at the new tools to help prevent AI phishing scams.
Thanks so much for having me. You know, there are so many new AI-aided cyber scams coming at us. It kind of feels like that Keanu Reeves character in The Matrix, you know, when he's dodging all those bullets in slow motion. That is what it's like trying to fend off the dozens of scams now coming at us from every angle, including emails, text messages, fake phone calls, the latest social media scams. Americans get hit with an average of a dozen scams every single day. Most of these are forms of phishing scams. When they come via text, though, it's called smishing, and 2/3 of people report getting hit this way in the last year, including many who lost thousands of dollars as a result. Let's take a look at some of the most common among these smishing scams. It's that you've won a prize message, texts about purchases you didn't make, fake missed deliveries or problems with delivery notifications, even those bogus Amazon security alerts. Whatever you do, don't click on them. McAfee Labs told us they uncover about 150 new AI scam threats every single minute. Do not engage. These scams are trying to create a sense of urgency and get you to click on them or engage. The best thing to do is just assume they are all scams when they come in with that urgency and that message to do something, click on something or else. McAfee is also the latest tech company to add an AI-powered tool to its arsenal against this next-gen cybercrime. It's called AI Scam Protection. It just launched this week, but I've been reviewing it in beta. The way it works is it scans, analyzes, and either blocks or warns you in real time when it detects malicious links. It can stop you before you click on them by sending you an alert, or if you accidentally do click on one, the new Scam Protection proactively blocks that site from loading. McAfee told us that they've already identified and categorized 500 million sites. This is free if you already use McAfee, free for anyone else to try out for a week. Then it starts at around $30 a year or $3 a month and works across devices. Head to my website at techish.com for more information. Back to you.
Thank you there, Double J. Well, interest rates continue to skyrocket as America's personal credit card debt hits more than $1 trillion. However, every generation handles their debt in different ways. Here's Natalia Brown and Dasha Kennedy from National Debt Relief to break down the rules.
We conducted a survey to better understand how generational differences impact attitudes and behaviors around people's money habits. Millennials seem to be more self-aware and responsible for their financial actions, with 71% owning up to their habits. National Debt Relief's mission is to help people not just with their immediate debt, but also with behavioral change that could contribute to people building a more secure financial future for themselves and their families. The first step is to understand your debt situation by creating a detailed list of all of your debts, including their balances and interest rates and minimum monthly payments. If your debt is overwhelming and you're struggling to manage it on your own, consider seeking help from a reputable source like a debt settlement company or a financial advisor. We're always happy to talk to anyone completely free of charge to see if we can work for you. Fill out a form at nationaldebtrelief.com or call us at 800-718-0487 for a free consultation.
There is a new documentary coming to Netflix about David Beckham.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see this. We're going to preview it for you coming up next.
All right, all that's coming up right around the corner. If you go anywhere, you're going to miss out. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Our must-watch movie this week is a mix of never-before-seen footage and candid current-day moments. It's the Netflix sports documentary Beckham.
Tonight we bring you the story of how David Beckham became a global phenomenon.
David Beckham, unstoppable. I never really did well at school because all I ever wanted to do was play football.
My manager kept saying, try and keep it under wraps. So we would meet in car parks, and that's not as seedy as it sounds.
Classy.
I suppose that most blokes have looked at television and said, like, don't f*** up with them.
My life had become something different.
We were worried that he'd lose all what he'd worked for, because football come first, and all of a sudden it wasn't.
Okay, David. Big smile.
It definitely didn't change me.
Well, it changed. There's no doubt about that.
David! It's a red card for David Beckham.
I don't think I've ever talked about it just because I can't. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping.
It took a toll on me that I never even knew myself.
Ferguson admitted he had kicked the boot, accidentally striking Beckham.
And then I've gone like that, and then I've gone like that.
You went at him?
Yeah.
It's really entertaining when the circus comes to town, right? Unless you're in it.
It's all right, Buster, they can't get in the car. We were drowning.
But he just kept going.
I don't give up easy.
It's Beckham. He's done it now.
I don't give up. I felt very vulnerable and alone. Be honest.
I am being honest.
Who are you gonna kick it like?
If I told him how good he was, then he's got nothing to work at.
I remember saying to Bex, thank you're on our team.
What do you do afterwards? Sink or swim? There was something inside him, that determination.
Looks good. Yeah. first time you heard him talk, didn't it kind of freak you out?
A little bit. Doesn't match the
It isn't
image.
like that.
Yeah.
That does it for our show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.